Welcome to all the students of MCOM Part 2. Today we will see the next unit, that is Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is called as SEBI. So we will start this unit today, and in this particular unit, first topic which is to be covered is based on the background, establishment and functions of SEBI. So let us first begin with the background of SEBI. See, before SEBI came into existence, controller of capital issue was the regulatory authority. So before the SEBI existence, the controller of capital issue was the regulatory authority to taken care of the capital market. Okay. It derived the authority from the Capital Issues Act 1947. So this controller of capital issue gained its authority from the Capital Issues Act 1947. Okay. In April 1988, the SEBI was constituted as the regulator of capital markets in India under a resolution of the Government of India. So in April 1988, this controller of capital issue was abolished and SEBI was constituted as the regulator of capital market in India under a resolution which was passed by the Government of India. Initially, SEBI was a non-statutory body without any statutory power. It means that SEBI was not a statutory body and it was not given much authority or power to work as an independent agency or as an independent organization to control the or monitor the or regulate the capital market. So it became autonomous and given statutory powers by the SEBI Act 1992. So under the SEBI Act 1992, the SEBI became an autonomous agency or autonomous organization having statutory powers to regulate, monitor the capital market. Okay, so this act was passed to protect the interest of investors. What to protect? Interest of investors, then to promote the development of and to regulate the security market. So it is a basic function of the SEBI. What? To protect the interest of investors, to promote the development of and to regulate the securities market. Okay. So with the passing of this act, government abolished Capital Issue Control Act 1947. Yes, this act was established as abolished and the SEBI Act 1992 came into existence. So the headquarters of SEBI is situated in Mumbai. The regional offices of SEBI are located in Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Chennai and Delhi. So the regional offices are there in 4 places, that is Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Chennai and Delhi, and Mumbai में उसका headquarter है SEBI का. ठीक है. There was an urgent need to have a regulating authority in order to check the malpractices on the part of issuers of securities, merchant bankers, brokers and dealers, etc. Basically to check and to regulate the authority and to check the malpractices which were going on in the stock exchanges or in the capital market. There was a need felt to have a separate organization and an autonomous body with having some statutory powers, and therefore SEBI was established under the SEBI Act 1992. So this is what the background of SEBI is. Now let us move on to the establishment of SEBI. See, the establishment of SEBI by the government was made to monitor and regulate the capital market activities and to promote healthy development of the market. So on the suggestion of the high-powered Committee on Stock Exchange Reforms, namely the G.S. Patel Committee. So this particular high-powered committee was formed, and this was basically known as G.S. Patel Committee. The Government of India set up the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, on April 12, 1988. So under this committee, the Government of India got some info from this committee, that is G.S. Patel Committee, and it was decided to set up a Security and Exchange Board of India on April 12, 1988. But at that point of time, the SEBI was not having all the statutory powers and it was not an autonomous agency. It was in 1992 when SEBI got the statutory powers and it was an autonomous agency which can work independently. Okay. So the chairmanship of the board was entrusted to Dr. S.A. Dave, the executive director of IDBI. The other members of the board were nominated by the government. So they were drawn from professional brokers, financial consultants, merchant bankers, investors, stock exchange authorities, finance ministry, etc. It was made a statutory body by the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992. So basically the member जो थे वो बहुत प्रोफेशनल एरिया से बिलोंग करते थे, कुछ प्रोफेशनल ब्रोकर्स थे, कुछ फाइनेंशियल कंसल्टेंट्स थे, कुछ मर्चेंट बैंकर्स थे. So the board comprises of all these members, professional members. And finally, a statutory body was constituted, which was Security and Exchange Board of India Act 1992. So this is how SEBI was established. Okay. Now, according to Section 4 of the above Act, lays down the constitution of the management of SEBI. That is, the board of members of SEBI shall consist of a chairman. There should be a one chairman, 2 members from the officials of the ministries of the central government dealing with finance and law. 2 members होने चाहिए, 2 members ऑफिशियल होने चाहिए. कहाँ से? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के मिनिस्ट्री से जो फाइनेंस एंड लॉ में डील करते हैं. one member from amongst the officials of the RBI. एक member होना चाहिए RBI का official. 2 members to be appointed by the central government. 2 members होंगे जो central government appoint करेगी. Who shall be the professionals. वो professionals होने चाहिए जिनके पास knowledge है securities market के बारे में. And the general superintendent's direction and management of the affairs of the board shall vest in a board of members which may exercise all the powers and do all acts which may be exercised or done by that board. And जो भी कैसे रेगुलेट करना है, कैसे मैनेज करना है, कैसे डायरेक्ट करना है सिक्योरिटी एंड एक्सचेंज बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया को, वो सारे के सारे पावर्स किसके पास होंगे? बोर्ड ऑफ मेंबर्स के पास होंगे, जो जब उनको ज़रूरत पड़ेगी वो पावर्स वो एक्सरसाइज करेंगे. So basically the section 4 of the SEBI Act 1992 defines the constitution or the management of the SEBI. Okay, so this is what the establishment management of the SEBI is. Now let us move on to the functions of the SEBI. So there are various functions which are performed by the SEBI and we will see one by one. The first one is creation of proper and conducive atmosphere. See, it is the function of the SEBI to create a proper and conducive atmosphere required for raising money from the capital market. So the atmosphere may include the rules, regulations, trade practices, customs, and relations among institutions, brokers, investors, and companies. So it has to endeavor to restore the trust of investors and particularly safeguard the interest of the small investors. So this can be achieved by meeting the needs of the persons connected with the securities market and establishing proper coordination among the 3 main groups, that is investors, corporate sector, and intermediaries. Okay, these are the 3 important groups which play important part in the capital market function, that is investors, corporate sector, and intermediaries. Investors who want to invest in the shares or in the debt or in the equities of the corporate sector, and the intermediaries are the gap which the intermediaries are the people who fill the gap between investors and the corporate sectors. So these are the 3 main operational groups in the capital market. Okay, now next one is investors education. See, it is the function of SEBI to educate investors and make them aware of their rights in clear and specific terms. So it shall provide investors with formation and see that the market maintains liquidity, safety, and profitability of the securities which are crucial for any investors, okay, or any investment. Now next comes your creation of proper investment climate. See, SEBI has to create a proper investment climate to enable corporate sector to raise industrial securities easily, efficiently, and at affordable minimum cost. Okay. Now next function is making of effective laws. See, it is the function of the SEBI to devise laws with unified set of objectives, single administrative authority, and an integrated framework to deal with the all aspects of the securities market. So it has to make law making and observance flexible enough to suit the prevailing market conditions and circumstances. So the law should be effective one so that it protects the interest of the investors, and the working which is going in the stock market or in the capital market is very efficiently and smoothly. Okay, so it will ensure that the rules are versatile and non-rigid to provide automatic and self-regulatory growth of the capital market. Next one is development of proper infrastructure. See, SEBI has to develop a proper infrastructure so that market automatically facilitates expansion and growth of business of middlemen like brokers, jobbers, commercial banks, merchant banks, mutual funds, etc. Thus, it will ensure that they provide efficient service to their constituents, namely investors and corporate sector at competitive price. So, proper infrastructure is very necessary for the development of the capital market. Now, next comes creation of framework. See, SEBI has to create the framework to for more open, orderly, and unprejudiced conduct in relation to takeover and mergers in the corporate sector. It is to be done to ensure fair and equal treatment to all security holders and to facilitate such takeovers and mergers in the interest of efficiency by prescribing a mechanism for more orderly conduct. Creation of framework means such a framework should be created which is very open and orderly and which is visible to the everyone and which is not disclosed to anyone. Okay, so basically the takeovers and the mergers which take place in the corporate sector should be functioned properly to ensure the equal treatment of all the security holders and so that the interest of the investors is maintained. Okay, so this is the one of the function of the SEBI, that is the creation of framework. Next comes authoritative institution. See, it has to work as an authoritative institution to see that the intermediaries are financially sound and equipped with professional and competent manpower. Okay. Next one is establishment of effective inspection machinery. See, SEBI has to establish effective inspection machinery which is expected to act like an umpire. It will provide to its players timely guidance, encouragement and incentives as well as impose upon them a self-discipline to observe the rules of the game. Okay, inspection machinery means they will inspect how the activities in the capital market is taking place and they will encourage the players of the market and they will guide them and they will provide the incentives and self-discipline about the rules of the game, means about the rules of the capital market, how the trading activities has to be done. So this is what establishment of effective inspection machinery means. And the last one is your prohibition of malpractices. See, it is the function of the SEBI to prohibit the malpractices prevailing in markets such as insider trading, shares cornering, and unreasonable delay in effecting the share transfer by companies. So the board works as an authoritative to execute such provision and it will be responsible to ensure that they really work effectively. So last one was the provision of malpractices. Yes, the basic function of the SEBI is to control or to prohibit the malpractices taking place in the stock exchanges and in the capital market. So these were the functions of the SEBI. I hope you have understand this lecture. In the next lecture, we will continue with this chapter and we will see the next half of it. Till then, thank you.